How's it going, beauties? Adam here, back at the old 12x12 cabin in the woods. We are getting on to the go with getting all this stuff in behind me all cleaned up, getting ready to build some simple pine cabinets. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So, if you've seen the video the other day, I was just going to build the upper section here, but I've changed it. I'm going to keep it from here and just build this whole section right here, and then I'll build this completely separate. So the first measurement I need is just to see how long I need this section right here. Right about 5 feet. And then by 5 feet by 3 feet it looks like. Working in a little bit of a cramped quarters right now, but we'll make it work. All right. So 5 feet. 2 boards at 5 feet. All right. Yep, these are six foot boards, so that's good. Let's get the first one cut. Ooh, that smells good. One. And we'll do some 5 footers cut. Now, what did I say? 3 feet. Good thing I got some boards there. They're all the same size. I wasn't sure when I picked them up because it was a little bit ago. So we'll get our 3 footers, and then that will give us our outline of the square rectangle that we're doing. I'll decide where I'm going to put the shelves and get everything else figured out from there. And like I say, we're running in cramped quarters here. I would have liked to have done this outside, but I'm not waiting for the snow and the warm weather and the ice to come anymore, so we'll make do with what we got in here. So, let's get this just looking like I think it's gonna look. Just move this stuff around. I guess what I got to do next is I'll get my pilot holes drilled, get my drills out, countersink the tops going in, and we'll get the first set on the bottom all screwed in place, and on the sides do the same thing to the top. Pilot holes, countersink, screwed all together, and from there that'll give me the outline. I could set my shelf height, get my in-between, I don't know what any of the words are called for it, so in-between bracing all done, and set up where my doors are going to go. So here's what I'm using. 8 by 1.5 inch wood screws. Nothing too crazy. There. Match up the drill bit with what I'm looking for. That'll work good for that. Then I need the head size to countersink it. A little bit bigger. Maybe that one. that one for sure. Boom. Well, there we have it. Our first set done. Now just got to do that same thing 3 more times. Get the other side of this board. Do the bottom set. I'll get my side pieces on place. Just do another drill down through to get my pilot holes drilled. And I'll start getting it all screwed together. That's good to go. Just do a little flip it around here and set it back down. Oh yeah, look at that. Do the same thing to my top one. And we are gonna all right, well, just like that, the outside structure is all framed out. So I'm going to get some measurements and get my other pieces in here ready for where my dorts are going to go. And then that section is going to go right up over here, that 5-foot section right there. And then I'll do another section from the corner of the white cabinet all the way down over there. And then this will just be all one section as well. Have you ever heard the old adage, measure twice, cut once? Or if you assume you make it an arse out of you and me, well, I'm just sitting down and I'm looking at the cabinet here, and I'm like, well, one side looks a lot bigger than the other side. Well, I assumed that all these boards were cut at 6 feet. Well, that's not really the case. After I cut my sides at 3 feet. I cut her in half, and turns out that one board was at like 6.5 feet. The other one was at 6.25 feet. So I had to just take this whole side off right here. Cut the extra 1/4 inch, a little bit more than that off, and now getting it back on. So, oh my, oh my. I mean, not a big foul up, but I'm just glad that I caught it when I did. It's not like I can't use the other board. This is the board that came off it right here. So what I will do is I will get that piece cut off there, and then that will be my centerpiece for the first round of cabinets. My doors are going to be about 11.25 inches each. So that's just under 2 feet. So I have it marked off just under 2 feet there. And I'll get my center post for where they close onto, screw onto my hinges, and continue along with that. But just glad that I caught that. I'm like, this doesn't look, it looks a little bit cattywampus. And here's the board that I got taken off, and look at that. What's that sitting at? About 3.5. So 3 foot and half an inch. So that would throw it all off. But we got her all back looking good, squared away. And we'll get the first section of doors on the go. The front's going to have doors and the back is just going to be left open. I was going to do a French cleat on here, but I don't trust myself cutting with my circular saw to get the angles needed for it. So we're just going to make an impromptu French cleat to go along the back and the bottom of the shelves, and then put her up on the back wall, and Bob's your uncle. All right. There's that. And then this, we're going to go right in here, just like so, approximately. And then this will be my first section of cabinets. This is the back, but the doors will open up, obviously. I'll do, I think, another section over here, right just under 2 feet. And then I'll have some doors here. And then I will leave this center open, I think. That's what I'm thinking, at least. It'll be, let's see how much will be left over. So there to there, so it'll be about just over a foot left over. And I think I might just do open shelves in here. But I'm not sure. I might do one door. But we're definitely going to do another set of doors on this side as well. Alright, so these, I'm just getting ready to cut my shelves for the first set. I'm going to have, since it's 3 feet, I will have 2 shelves, one every foot. And I believe for this section here, I'll continue along and I'll do another section just like I did here, just about 2 feet. Have those moved over, double set of doors, and then on the last section, as opposed to having it in the middle, I'll just do one single door. At least that's what my plan is. Well, stuff's starting to take shape. We have the first official shelf in. Gonna come down and do another shelf right in here. Boom. And then I'll take some more measurements and then do the exact same thing, mirror this going over here for the second area of shelves and cabinet doors. Still have to clean up over there and run some boards up there because I have to put this up on myself. So I'll just screw some boards into the wall, set it on there, and then get this all screwed into the wall itself. But yeah, it is looking absolutely great so far. Can't complain for a cheap, super simple set of cabinets. Well, I am super happy with how these kitchen cabinets are turning out so far. Just got the first section done of the of the three shelves in place. And what I'm going to do for the second area, because I'm going to need some room for the kitchen cabinets to open so they're not butting up against each other, is I'm going to make an insert. I'm just going to mirror what I just did with the three shelves on the two sides. Make a mirror image, assemble it outside of the actual kitchen cabinet case itself, slide it in, and I'll get it all screwed in place. And then that way, I'm thinking once I put my double hinges one back to back on each other, I can have both of my kitchen cabinet doors open at the same time. At least that's what I'm thinking. Fingers crossed. So I'll just turn this around and show you all what we're working with and the next section that I'll be working on here. So here we have it. Here is the new impromptu kitchen cabinets, what we're looking like so far. So what I was talking about, I have to cut this to length at 3 feet, but I will make the same thing, one right there, and I will put this right beside each other like so. And then that way, that should, because my hinges are going to be screwed onto here, center will be here, I'll put a little post through there, and through there. That way it'll close and you won't be able to see the gap. But I'll have a hinge on here and a hinge on here, and then that should give me enough room to have both of the doors open at the same time. At least that's what I'm thinking. And then there'll be about 1 foot left over here, and then I'll just do a single opening, probably a left-hand opening door like so, and that way that will give me room for this door to open and not get in the way of the hinges on that side. At least that's what I'm thinking. But you know what Thought did? Thought he farted, but he crapped himself. So what do y'all think? You think I should paint this white? I'll get some wood filler, fill these all in, sand it all down. But what do you think? You think I should paint it white? Do you think I should just put a clear coat on it or just leave it as is? I'm definitely happy with it, and it's going to look some nice in between the cabinet and the window in that section right there. Going to give me a lot more space. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, the day is moving along, and here's what I'm talking about with the insert right here. So I have my first shelf on the go, and I'll do my second one. Slide it in, get everything, all my pilot holes and countersinks all good to go on the top and bottom, and then that will be a mirror image of this, and then I will have that space over there for another small little corner cabinet, and I think it's going to work out absolutely great. Just took a quick look at my boards here. Could have made it a little bit smaller, but where I'll be putting a board in the center here to close that gap. I didn't want to go too close together because I didn't want the boards to actually, touch each other when you're closing the cabinet doors on each side. But I think once I get that centerpiece going up and down all of them, it'll look absolutely wonderful. So one more shelf to put on over here. I'll get this piloted and pre-drilled and into place, and Bob's your uncle. Oh yeah. Well, there we go. Got that second piece slid in. Next, I'll just pilot some holes up top and up top. Flip it over, do the same thing on the bottom, and then get that screwed into place. And what I'm thinking for this side right here, as opposed to keeping the two shelves, is I'm just going to split it in maybe Yeah, so I'm going to stagger the shelves. I'll put one right there, one right there. They'll be a bit smaller. The middle one will be a bit wider. And then that way I think I can put some big cups in the middle and then some smaller mugs and stuff up top as well. I think that'll look out great. And just so it keeps, I don't want to go all the way across with the same kind of things. So I'll stagger them, boom and boom. And I think that'll look absolutely wonderful when it's all said and done. So this is the back right here. Doors will be going on the other side. Getting down, I only got so many screws left, so I'm just going to putter along, get this last piece in place, head out, get some more screws, and then keep on working along. All right, we're moving right along. We are on to this section here, and I'm thinking it's going to be something. Shelf right here, kind of deal. And shelf somewhere in around there, I'm thinking. Well, here we are. Look at that. Next order of business. 2 doors there, 2 doors there, then another door there. And that'll be pretty much it, good to go. Still got to clean up over here, take my shelves down, put some bracing up, do an impromptu French cleat. And we are just, oh, this is going to look absolutely great. This is the back section right here, so I got to turn it, and the doors are going to go on the other side. Going to leave the back open for right now. I was thinking about I was going to do some Meranti, but we'll just leave it open right now. And once it's up on the wall over there, it's not going to make that much of a difference. But that, compared to that, is going to give me so much more storage, and it's going to look so much better. Well, we are moving on to the doors. Gonna be awesome. Well, we're moving on to the doors. Can't wait. Get 2, 4, get 5 doors cut. And these are the hinges that I have. So we got those all good to go today. Got the last ones that I needed. And here's what they're going to look like kind of on the side right there, impromptu. Give you a better view when the doors are on. But I think they're going to look great. Especially if I end up painting it white. I'm just going to get everything all on and assembled. And I'll decide what I'm going to do with either painting it or staining it after it's all said and done. But let's get these bad boys on. Let's get the doors cut. And it's going to make some positive difference coming into the kitchen area. Marking out door number 2. All right, well, we got 2 of the doors on, but ran into a little bit of a snag. So I thought that I would have enough room to put my hinges on here, as the boards are right around 11 and a half or so, give or take a little bit. And we have these sides on absolutely great, but I need more room actually to get my board on with the hinges. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Boards on there, great, but as you see, don't have any room for the hinges. So I thought that it would be good so I wouldn't have to cut these, but instead of cutting both of them, I already am just going to leave this one on full, and then I'm just going to cut this little sliver off. So on both outside doors, going to be a little bit smaller than the inside doors. I mean, I was thinking I could split the difference and cut it half there and half there, but for just a cheap, easy, nonchalant set of cabinets, I'm just going to leave it. And what I'll do is I'll just rip these down right along there on that one, rip that down on the same one there, and then that'll give me enough room on either side for both of those doors. And I should have made this a little bit smaller, and then that would have made my cabinet doors fit on better here. Because I will show you here, this area in here is just a little bit too big. Move it over there a little bit for the door. So we have that little bit of a section right there. And I don't know, I might put a door on it anyway. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking I might leave it open and put my spices and such, cups, mugs, and that in there. I'm not really sure, so I might even put this on there, and I might glue a little strip on or something. I guess time will tell, but that's what it's going to look like when it's all said and done. And like I say, not too bad for just cheap old pine cabinets that, you know, super simple and easy. So, oh well, things you run into doing, you know, trying to get a simple and quick job done, but it's going to look way better than what's up there right now. So it is what it is, as they say. Well, the first door is ripped, and it actually doesn't look too bad as it is. Don't have any handles. Going to be getting some black handles, or maybe doing some custom handles. But we got a nice fit there, so we're going to move along into this one, get that board ripped, get her on, and we will just be cooking with grease, and Bob is your uncle. Looking great. And just like that, the doors of the cabinet are on, minus this one section where I got to figure out what I'm doing with that. A little bit tight right in this area here, so I just got to sand that down a little bit. But looking absolutely great. Can't complain at all. Can't really notice the difference, even though that I had to shave a little bit off of the outside doors. So next I gotta take all this stuff down, and I'm using my 2x2 for a brace. That way I can put it on there, set it on, screw it in, and it'll be good to go. Kind of an impromptu French cleat. Well, the wall looks some bare. Got all the shelves down. Now I have to put up this up top here for it to sit on, and we'll get the old bad boy in place. But wow, what a difference it makes with there's no shelving up there. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like here in another couple minutes. What a mess down here, though. It'll be nice. All of this will be behind all the doors. It's going to look great. All right, and there we have it. Oh yeah, baby. Open her up. Look at that. There's my kind of impromptu French cleat. Hiked her up, and it worked absolutely awesome. Gonna need a step stool for the upper shelf, but that's fine. That's the way that I wanted it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's such a great difference. Gotta shave down the inside of the doors just a little bit with my sander in the middle here on this one, and in the middle there on that one right there, but not too bad at all. I'm going to leave this open for the time being, and that is just absolutely beautiful. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I got to get all this stuff cleaned up. Everything is just everywhere. And then I'll build another section over here, get rid of this, and then have a whole nother section down in there. And then I'll get my bottom cabinets, side cabinets, get all under here insulated. Over here, a little bit of insulation over here. And then under here, I will get insulated, and we'll do shelves on the inside under the stairs, and probably move this post over just a little bit as well. Woo-wee! That is so awesome. All right, well, we are all cleaned up, and check it out. It is looking absolutely, well, minus that little bit of dishes over there, but that's fine. Looking absolutely awesome. Got her all filled up. Got my plates and pots and cleaning supplies, knives and cups in that one. And then we'll go over here. We'll open these up. Got some bowls and pans and baking supplies up there. I need a step stool to get up to the upper one, but that's completely fine. And bam, look at that. Absolutely loving it. Next order of business, like I mentioned earlier, we'll get down in here in the up and coming weeks. But that is just looking great. What a difference, eh? Holy. Over here is looking great as well. Nice and clean. Got a little bit of a fire going. It is time. Been absolutely going all day, all day. So I already have some corned beef and hash cooked up, and it is dinner time. And oh my, it can't come soon enough because my guts are just a rumbling. Woo! Alrighty then, dinner time it is.